What's up everyone? My name is Shaelyn and on this channel everything's all right. Welcome back to another How to Hemiplegia video. I feel like as of lately I've really been getting right back into that series, which is crazy because I feel like I went a little while, like a pretty long time actually, without making a video specifically for that series, even though it kind of fell into that category and I put it in that playlist on my channel. It didn't necessarily get introduced in my intros or anything as a How to Hemiplegia video. I honestly didn't think when I made the first bunch of stuff video that it would be like a multiple parter, but here we are, we're on part 3 now. Which is really funny actually. I honestly just meant it to be like one single miscellaneous video, but then right after I was done filming that video, I was like, oh my god, there's so many other things that I could have shown, and I started making another list, and then that turned into part 2, which I'm sure I'm already putting the cards up on the screen, but they'll be in the description too, hopefully, if I remember. So yeah, you guys know how this goes. I created How to Hemiplegia a bunch of stuff because I couldn't come up with a better name for it, so I just called it a bunch of stuff because it's a bunch of stuff that doesn't fit into a specific category like the other things in this series do. It's just like a bunch of random things that I have tricks for doing with one hand that I want to share. Okay, let's jump right in. The first thing on my list is how I rip tinfoil, you know, like a tinfoil roll with one hand. So let's go do that. These videos are honestly my favorite because it's like fun for you guys to kind of follow me around. I don't know. So this is my tinfoil roll. It's kind of busted up. I feel like we've had this for like over a year now. I don't really measure my tinfoil. I kind of just look at what I'm trying to cover and then figure it out from there. Actually, let me cover something so that you guys can see how I do that too, I guess. So here's my baking dish. I'll bring the dish in after. But I kind of just look at what I'm trying to cover, open it up, reach inside and grab the end of the tinfoil and pull it, and I measure from this part right here, so from here to where this touches about, that's how much I'm gonna get for the most part. Kind of my rule of thumb, but I don't want to pull too much. Actually, I do want to cover it, so I want to make sure I get enough. Okay. So that should be more than enough. I'm gonna grab it with a strong hand. You wanna be really deliberate. Oh my god, my alarm to wake up is on. That scared me. So you're gonna wanna do all of these steps very deliberately and strongly because otherwise it won't rip properly. So you have to be really like almost aggressive with it. When you grab the tube, after you pull it out, grab the box with your thumb in the middle here. You're gonna put it against a countertop, kind of like this. You're gonna put it up against right where you want it to cut. So like I said, right at the corner there. You're gonna put that against the corner. You're gonna put your hips against it. I don't know how to describe this, but you have to be really strong about these movements. And then you're gonna rip upwards, like aggressive, you'll see. And there you go. It's quite literally that simple. Then to put it on, this was a little bit too much actually, but put it on, I just basically lay it across. If it's this small of a thing that I'm covering, then I'm lucky because I'm able to use my elbow, but I'll hold it down kind of on the furthest corner, or the closest corner to me with my elbow, and then pinch the other side with my hand, and then kind of do the same thing on the other corner. That, the same thing on the other side. Elbow, scrunch, scrunch, elbow, scrunch. And there you go. It's pretty decently wrapped. It's not perfect, but that's the best it's gonna get with hemiplegia. Okay, what's the next thing? Folding a blanket. Okay. Literally ignore the fact that I'm sitting on the ground, but quite a few of these things that I'm gonna be showing you today are gonna be referenced to TikToks that I've made, just because a lot of them I can't do easily right now. So I'm gonna refer to TikToks that I've done in the past and kind of talk over them. Or maybe I'll just even show them because I do voiceovers for the TikToks anyway. But anyway, I already did do a TikTok for folding a blanket. So I'll put the link in the corner to the TikTok, but I'll show you guys live anyway because that's something that I can do right now. I will show you two different ways that I've been folding my blankets because I'll show you. I used to just do like the normal way, which I'll show you first, but I have been folding my blankets like in a rolling way because I got this cute little blanket. Okay, that looks really bad right now. Ignore whatever that sticking out situation is, but it looks cute from a different angle. But I got this cute little blanket basket, and I've been rolling my blankets like that. So that's what I've been doing. So I'm gonna show you guys both ways, the folding way and the rolling way. For a blanket, obviously make sure you have it fully open. There's two different sides, well, I guess 4 different sides to a blanket. 2 short sides and then 2 long sides. You wanna grab a corner of the short side with your able hand with the short end going in the direction of your able hand. So I either bite or use my chin. I'm gonna bite my blanket today. So I bite the corner and then I find the other corner of the short end and I put it with the one that's in my mouth. And then once I have those two together, I bite both of them together and then I stretch it out so that I have it like not wrinkly like this and straight out looking. You'll see. And I fold it over again. And the way I kind of run my finger through that to get to the other end is I stick my thumb on the inside in between the 2 sides that I just bit together or pinched together, and I just run it all the way to the end until I find that end. So once I have 2 folds going on, you have this nice rectangular skinny fold going on with your blanket. I just usually use my leg, but you can use your affected arm and kind of just fold it over like that and kind of just play with it until you get it the right length. And there you go, that's a folded blanket. And then honestly, to get the rolling one, I maybe wouldn't make it this skinny normally. So I'm gonna redo this for the rolling one because I don't like it that skinny. So I'm gonna get it to maybe just 1 fold, I think. You'll see. So I'm putting it on the floor so that I can fold it in half from the first fold. But then from there, you'll have kind of square shape blanket fold. I would normally sit on the couch and roll it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that actually. So you wanna lay it out and then just start pinching the end that you want on the inside and start rolling it. Okay, and there you go. That's a ruled one. This one's a little weird and oddly shaped, like really long and skinny. So, like I mentioned for the blanket one, this is one of the ones that I'm going to be referring to one of the TikToks that I made because I don't have something that I can demonstrate with for this. So this is how to open a beer bottle or like a bottle that has one of those caps that you have to pop off with one of these things. For me personally, this is what I need to use. I need to use one of these guys. So let's run the TikTok. I'll put it on this side, I guess. Obviously, I'll be linking all these things in the description, but I'm gonna put the TikTok here. Okay, I'm gonna cut this TikTok down a little bit because I was talking too much in the beginning of it. So I have a soda in this video, not a beer bottle. It has the same pop-up top, so it'll work the exact same. I can do this standing up. All I do is pinch the bottle between my knees. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. It took me like 3 tries, but I wasn't anchoring it with my thumb properly. So I guess I could talk about that. So when you are doing it, when you connect it under the cap, you're gonna wanna put your thumb close to the bottom of the bottle opener thing so that it really gives it. I don't know how to explain that, but it'll pop right off. I've done it multiple times first try. That was like honestly the first time that it took a few tries. So I was like, man, of course when I'm filming it's messing up. But okay, same thing with this one. This is how to open a wine cork. I'll put the TikTok right here. I don't have a wine bottle. Actually, I might have a wine bottle, but I don't want to open it right now. So basically, I put the wine bottle between my knees, just like that. And I use one of these things again. You have to get both of the arms up. Just like that. And then you really gotta like push down while you're like turning it to get it screwed in all the way. And you wanna make sure it goes all the way up the little spiral thing. I don't know what this is called. And then once it is all the way up that spiral thing, you really only have to use one side, so that's kind of perfect. It works out. But basically, you don't need to use your mouth or anything, but to show you you just kind of do that and it'll pop right out. It might be a little bit difficult and give you a little bit of a hard time, but that's because it's a wine cork and it does that. But yeah. In the video, you'll see. And then, okay, so yeah, once it gets to the top, you might have to like, and like the hands are all the way, and these things are all the way down, you might have to kind of wiggle it back and forth to get it out, but it'll work its way out. So, cheers. I got a question on TikTok how I cut my nails with hemiplegia. I luckily don't have to. Number one, because I go to a nail tech and he does my nails for me. I've actually been working on trying to grow out my nails as opposed to keeping them short. Because I have a horrible habit of biting my nails, which is why I don't have to worry about cutting my nails myself very often because I don't have long nails. But basically, if I were to try and cut my nails, I would use a nail file. It'd be easy on this side to just place my fingers out on a counter and file them like this. But then for my able hand, I'm gonna have to sit in a chair, so bear with me. So for my able hand, I would either, well, honestly, you could pinch this between your toes and anchor it that way. But I would honestly just sit in a chair and then pinch it between my shin bone and the counter. Preferably not a spinning chair because this is a little bit annoying. But basically just do this to get it filed. I have nubs, so I can't file my nails. That would hurt. But yeah, so either that technique or go to a nail tech like I do. Number 6 is how I shave my armpits with one hand. I didn't want to show that today, number one, because my pits are shaved right now, so I have nothing to shave, I think. Well, I could have, oh well. Anyway, and I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, so I just really don't feel like changing. Anyway, I'll put the TikTok right there again. So basically, I start with putting a little bit of water if I'm doing it outside the shower. If I'm in the shower, chances are it's already wet there because I've washed my whole body. but I usually use shaving cream. If I don't have shaving cream, I'll use soap, but shaving cream is the best way to go when shaving anything, in my opinion. So basically, I get it nice and lathered in there, and then I either take my elbow and get my elbow up against the wall and then start shaving, or if I have good enough strength in my shoulder that day, then I'll just hold it up like I just was. And I just shave. I like to go up and down. Sometimes I even go sideways if like my hair growing directions are funky, which they usually are. And yeah, this is kind of showing how I put soap in my able arm's armpit. And then yeah, I just kind of shave up. And then I also flip my razor and I shave downward. And yeah, looks pretty clean shaven to me there. And I got a comment on this TikTok asking why I had clips on my towel. Obviously, I think it's pretty obvious, but I think this girl commenting was pretty young, to be honest. I didn't want to be flashing anybody in my video, so I held up my towel with clips so it didn't fall down. So that's why there's clips on my towel. It's hard for me to wrap a towel around my body with one hand, so that's why I did that. Okay, and last but not least, this is something that I can show you guys, how I hold small, heavy objects with one hand using a different part of my body. You'll see. So I added this one in because I actually have to empty my dishwasher. And I used to do this a very dangerous way, which I don't do anymore, because I've almost dropped all of my plates one time. So it's really better to just do it this new way that I'm about to show you. So these are all my clean bowls and things and plates. So before, this is how I did it. I held it like this and I walked. And I don't know if you can see everything wobbling, but it's not the most sturdy, oh God. It's not the most sturdy way to go about that. But basically, I was trying to think of something, like a part of my body that was really sturdy, and I thought, you know what, my hips are really sturdy. I wish I had like a tray protruding out from my hip so I could just like put things on my hip and walk with it. So this is what I came up with. I kind of gather my things, I stick it over the edge a little bit, and I hook it onto my hip bone. This might be difficult for men because women do tend to have bigger hips than men, I think. But basically, I stick it over the edge. I put the tip of it into my hip. I kind of hold the back with my inner elbow area, and then I hold the side with my hand. Like this. And then it's nice and sturdy. And it's perfect. And I usually have to, like, all my dishes go in those cupboards, so that's where I was bringing them. But I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on all my socials linked in the description down below. And I will see you next week for another new video. Okay, bye!